Fortnite Season 4 ended with an amazing final event as we took down Galactus. It did however mean that the 0 point was exposed, which caused all kinds of changes. Whether it's old but gold locations returning, or some of our favourite characters coming to the map to give us quests. Fortnite Season 5 is certainly a very unique one, and I think it's pushed the boundaries of the game even further. This video is my first impressions of the new season in Fortnite, going into a bit of detail on the new features, the map, the battle pass and more. Before moving on though, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Fortnite content along with Call of Duty, Among Us and so much more. So I'll start off with the battle pass. As someone who already has a YouTube channel dedicated to Star Wars gaming, seeing Mando come to Fortnite was actually really cool. I always love seeing Star Wars items come to the game, and as I'm a huge fan of the show, it was an awesome feeling to see. The rest of the battle pass is also really solid. I don't personally think there's any one skin in particular that I dislike. Reese is probably my least favourite appearance, but even then it's not even a terrible skin. The Epic Quest cosmetics as well for the items in the game are pretty good as well, especially Menace with his undefeated flame option. Lastly, on the battle pass, I'm really excited to see what the secret cosmetics are as well, especially that new outfit. As the 7 was mentioned in the trailer, and as I have all 3 currently known members, I am hoping that that secret skin is to do with them. Overall, I'd say that this is probably one of the best battle passes in recent season, and it's probably up there within my top 3 personally, and I cannot wait to get Grogu at tier 100. Next up, I'm going to be talking about the map. Now, there are way more changes to this than I was honestly expecting, but I am very much thankful for that. I love the fact that we have another desert area once again. A change in biomes like this is always fun to see, and it adds a completely different environment to the map compared to the rest of it. I think all the named locations are pretty great as well. We have the Colosseum, which is a really interesting location to be at within the desert. We also have the Stealthy Sanctuary, which is a great location. I love all the background noises made there by the birds and other creatures lurking around. But my favourite part of this location is definitely the secret Underground 7 headquarters. I found this in my 3rd game of the season, and as I mentioned before, I have all 3 currently known members of the 7, so I'm hoping that we get to learn a lot more about them this season. Hunter's Haven is pretty cool too. I've only been there once, but the houses look nice and it just fills up the map even more. At the start of the video I mentioned old but gold locations returning. Well, Salty Springs has now become Salty Towers because at least 4 of the bigger buildings from the classic Tilted Towers have returned and taken over a lot of Salty Springs, though houses and the petrol station remain. Not only that, but a warehouse from Dusty Depot has returned, as well as the Tomato Town Pizzeria and much more, many of which are actually situated in roughly the same spots that they were actually in before in the original map. There are tons of other landmarks that are new, such as Butter Barn, and my personal favourite, the Razor Crest. The map genuinely feels a lot fuller than before, so I don't feel like there's as much emptiness as well, which is awesome. With all these new and old landmarks around the place, 40 AI characters are now on the map that you can actually speak to and get quests from, which I absolutely adore. In Warzone, I love the contract system that they have in place. So to be able to speak to some iconic Fortnite characters around the map and get quests from them is amazing. For example, the new bounty quest that you can get, like Warzone, is to find and kill an enemy player. It shows you their rough location and gives you around 5 to 6 minutes to complete it. To reduce repetition, some quests can be location specific as well. For example, at the orchard you can get a quest to pick up 3 apples within the area as well, and it's awesome to see them do things like this. It's really amazing to see them add a feature into the game where you can take on these quests, because it just adds so much more to the overall experience within the game, and especially for the bounty quest you can be really aggressive to other players and it is a lot of fun to do. I also really like that you can earn an in-game currency of gold bars through this, which you can then spend at these characters for intel, upgrades and other such things as well. It's interesting that the gold bars carry over into the next game and such as well, which makes sense given the price point of some of these rewards that you can buy. Speaking of features, in the desert you can find these crystals which, if you consume them and jump around, you can basically teleport forward several meters, which is really cool. If you consume one, then get into a fight, then it can be really useful for a quick escape or even give you an advantage in the fight. Also in the desert, if you stand still in the sand, you'll begin to sink. Sink for long enough and you'll get sucked into the sand, and you can then zoom around like a little sand dune, and you can actually move incredibly fast as well, which will allow for an easy escape from an enemy or the storm, or simply just from moving to a different location, which is really useful. Lastly today, I just want to talk about the weapon rotation. I'm really happy to see the tactical shotguns make their way back in the game. It's also really cool to see the heavy assault rifles back as well, as they are super handy to have at a longer range. The IO guards that can be found around the map have tactical assault rifles too, which is definitely one of my favourite weapons in the game. And if you go to the Razor Crest, you will find the Mandalorian there, and if you kill him, you can use his Amban rifle, which is awesome. The scope when you ADS and the sound are spot on with the Amban rifle, and I also love that if you're not aiming down the sight and you go to shoot, it becomes a melee weapon with the electric tip, just like in the show, which I thought was a really nice touch. Fortnite Season 5 is yet another innovative season for the game, and I really cannot wait to see where the story develops with the 7 and as it progresses through the season. I'm really enjoying the new season so far, and I look forward to playing more later down the line. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new season as well. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.